Atlas in the hot seat tonight.
And Atlas.
Goes by the name of Atlas the Bookkeeper. How you feeling, my friend?
I'll be honest. Did you notice this year? I'm just gonna let's be very transparent, shall we? This year has been pretty darn dead for games. I'm sorry. The majority of games coming out that are supposed to be high-profile games are RPGs. They're all too lengthy. They're all too drawn out for games. They're not great for streaming. I've tried many of them. They don't work, right? At this point, you know, my audience wants action. So what are the great action games that are out? The Call of Duty. And that's really how it's been. Like, it seems like once a month there's been a game that's held any kind of attention. It has been a pretty darn underwhelming dead year. We're in the midst of what we normally would be calling the hardcore gaming season. Okay? What games are coming out this week? Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and Stalker 2. Now, I'm not going to crap on those games, all right? I'm not. Microsoft Flight Simulator is great for a certain audience. For us, it's going to be great as a chill stream. And Stalker 2, we don't even know if it's going to be any good. There's, like, almost nothing about it. No one's reviewed it yet. Like, what is going on with this game? And it comes out in just a few days. So, so you see what I'm saying? Like, normally this year it would be like, oh, there's like 3 blockbuster games this week. And then next week there's another 2 giant games. How am I going to juggle 7 games at once? And this year it's like, nothing. Call of Duty is still the biggest game I'm playing, and it's been out for a month. Everything else kind of fizzled, died, or just wasn't that interesting. That there are no giant high-profile releases like at all coming out. Every game is kind of like a meh. And that's been almost all year. What a different year. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, well, that's okay. Next year will be amazing. And that's fine, but it's just odd. For 16 years, guys, I have been making, you know, content for the internet gaming-wise. This is the first year where I feel like this is the deadest, like, slowest season. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's start new shows. Let me start a politics show and stuff. What? I'm starting new non-gaming related content during this time frame? Another year, that would be like mind-blowingly, no way that could happen. But I'm doing it because there's nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just nothing else going on. It really is underwhelming. And just on top of that, we used to always have that feeling of like, ooh, all the exclusives come out now. There's always a good Sony exclusive, a good Xbox exclusive. Can you name one exclusive that is coming out during this season that people are going to play and be hyped about? This has been a crazy dead year. And like I said, my year-end countdowns are coming. My game of the year countdown and my most disappointing games of the year countdown. It's going to be tough this year. Like, no lie. Right now, if you were to ask me, what are your top 10 games of the year? I don't know if I could name 4. That's how bad this year's been. I'm sorry. It just really has been a crazy disappointment of a year. Like, for me, when I think of a game that's considered game of the year, I think of a game that was best in class, blew me away in some way. You know, something original, something crazy, something groundbreaking I've never seen before. It pushed the envelope, whether that's graphics, gameplay, story, or an element that's never been seen in a game before. Notably, last year, Alan Wake 2 was my game of the year. Why? Cinematography, because it was like a movie and a game at the same time. Graphics, because the graphics were absolutely outstanding. And because they took chances, like an entire chapter that was literally like a music video, right? Have you ever seen anything in a game like that before? No. A year later, I can't name a single game this year I played that had something like that was like made me my jaw drop. It's just been a very blasé, boring year of kind of so-so games. So it's going to be tough for me to do my countdowns this year. Like, legit, it's going to be hard. I'm actually wondering how I'm going to pull it off, but I'm going to try. All right, I promise you, I'm not going to give up on my year-end stuff just because it's been a slow year. I swear I'm going to try to put out some good stuff for you guys. It's just going to be, I got to sit there and look at all the different games and playlists that I made this year and kind of scratch my head and be like, so what's going on, right? And also, one thing that I think I want to do at the end of this year is I want to talk about kind of the most disappointing thing in gaming this year. Not necessarily the most disappointing games, but the most disappointing thing in gaming, which is probably 2 different things that I could talk about. So I may do that too. We'll see. I think it's going to be like a fun year-end stream where I just cover all these topics, okay? So anyway, yeah, I'm excited for the end of the year stuff, but I think you see the point I'm making here. Like, this should be the biggest, most busy time of year. I'm playing Bloodborne on a daytime stream. I'm doing a politics show this week. Why? Because the games don't even hold up enough to be able to do just like new games right now. I mean, I'm trying to play Dragon Age Veilguard. I can't get 200 people on a stream, and the videos on YouTube aren't getting 300 views after like a week. Right now, just on the podcast alone, okay, I have almost double the viewers that I had when I was streaming Dragon Age Veilguard. Oh, what the hell? You know, like, wow. So, it's crazy right now, all right? But I'm excited to be playing Bloodborne. I'm excited to be playing Call of Duty. Shall we do a quick schedule update for the week? I feel like we should. So today it's Bloodborne and it's Call of Duty multiplayer, akimbo handguns.